Hi, I'm Isabel and I am a University of Nottingham graduate. I graduated in 2017 and I studied biology. I guess I came about choosing Nottingham because I knew I wanted to be on a campus, and the thought of running around a new town trying to find a building that my lecture was going to be in terrified me. So I was like, if I'm on a campus, I'm less likely to get lost. So that kind of like halved my choices of universities that I could go to because I was so set on going to a campus uni. And Nottingham, I was choosing between Nottingham and Exeter. And I feel like I was swayed by Nottingham because I heard that the nightlife wasn't so good in Exeter. Also, as well, my sister went to Nottingham, and so I think you kind of find that a lot of siblings go to similar universities to their brothers and sisters. So for me, a lot of my friends' older siblings either went to Nottingham or their younger siblings, as we got into second and third year, chose to go to Nottingham as well. So I chose on my course because I took a bit of an impromptu gap year. I didn't really want to go to uni. It wasn't really my plan. I'd got some sort of like management training scheme at a department store, and I lasted 3 weeks because I hated it so much. And I was like, oh balls, I probably should have applied for uni. So there I was in my impromptu gap year, hastily applying to universities. And I was like, oh God, what do I study? I have no idea. Biology was my favourite subject at school. It wasn't my best grade. My best grade was actually maths, but I was like, there's no way in hell that I'm going to study maths because only crazy people do that. And I wasn't that crazy. So yeah, I was like, I love my biology teacher and I found biology really interesting. So 2 and 2 together, I'll study biology at uni. So off I trotted. The course was really good, but I feel like it was very demanding. There are a lot of contact hours. I think in final year I had 21 hours a week of lectures or labs. So it was very heavy on how much time you're spending in lectures, and I think you get out of it what you put in. It was a really demanding course and it was difficult. It wasn't easy by any stretch of the imagination, but I loved it. Which was crazy because it was kind of like a hastily decided thing for me, but I absolutely loved my course. And weirdly enough, I thought that I'd love the artsy fartsy side of biology, like the evolutionary biology and like, animal behaviour. And it turned out I was absolutely useless at that stuff. And what I was actually really good at was the genetic side of things and like all of the detailed understanding of, I don't know, how DNA is replicated and how ribosomes work. Like, honestly, at one point I could draw you how, like, how a ribosome works and how it moves along. Like, I don't know, it was crazy. I was a brain full of useless information because I've never used it since. But anyway, you really do get out of it what you put in. And so for my lectures in first year, I was not so good. I kind of like bunked a lot of lectures, didn't turn up to much. I think I failed a few. I don't think I failed anything, but I definitely probably got about 40% on a good few modules. I really hadn't grown up at that point, but come second and third year, I really knuckled down. And after every lecture, I would come home, I would write up my notes. So I literally had my revision notes ready for me for when it came to revising. And it helped so much because I would sit in a lecture and be like, what the bloody hell is going on? I have no idea what they're talking about. I might as well be sat here and they're talking Spanish to me. I had no idea. But then when it came to write out the notes, I was like, oh, it makes sense. And obviously then when I came back to revising it, I had all these notes written up in the way that I understood it, so it made it so much easier for me. And so by adopting that style of working, although it was quite time consuming for me, it saved me so much time in the long run. And I came out with a first, and I honestly put that down to the fact that I worked so hard during term time towards it. Nottingham as a town is brilliant, love it. There's like everything that you want in a town basically. Yeah, and the campus is like a bubble, so you're kind of like, you're in like your own little uni bubble. It's really nice. And towns like maybe half an hour walk from campus, maybe a bit longer, and then like the student area is between town and campus, so it kind of works out really nicely. Really good buses, love a good bus. First year was really strange, you know. Yeah, because you're like in halls. You don't choose in Nottingham. You don't choose which halls you go into. You just get randomly allocated. And yeah, I think you make of it what you do. And like my best friends from uni, like I'd say a majority of them are from halls that I met like in first year. Yeah, I don't know. It's a strange one first year because you're kind of like finding your feet a bit. I guess like just be confident and be true to yourself is what, and people will like you for who you are, which says a lot. The nightlife is brilliant, and there's such a good mix of nightlife between like you're kind of like cringy, like there's a place called Ocean and Crisis, and like Crisis is like the sports night on a Wednesday, everyone dresses up, so much fun. Just like your classic like night out night, like WKD and what have you. And then Ocean is on a Friday, and that's also so much fun, and like the best thing about it is that like all your friends are there. And then also you've got kind of like your more like techno-y, music-y places. So you've got like Stealth and Brickworks, and I love those ones. Yeah, so it's a good mix. It's a good mix of like your trashy night out and your more kind of like people who are into their kind of like music scene night out. So yeah, there's a really good mix of nights out at uni for sure. Accommodation in first year was pretty standard. I was in an ensuite room and some of my friends were in like shared bathrooms, like fine. The food, so in Nottingham you've got catered halls, so everyone who lives on campus is catered, and if you live off campus you cater for yourself, so it's always best to try and go catered even if it is a bit minging. Like the food, I'm not a fussy eater, so I was absolutely fine and put on a lot of weight in first year because there's just so much food. But yeah, it just depends, like if you're a fussy eater you might struggle, but also like come on, you're 21, you need to eat your vegetables. We might not be 21, you might be younger. Anyway. My least favourite thing about Nottingham is that I found that it could be quite cliquey. So like in my school, you kind of like had your groups of people, and you didn't really mingle between the groups, and I feel like at Nottingham it was kind of similar to that, and I don't know whether it was just kind of like the group of people that I was friends with, not friends with or hung out with, but it kind of felt like there was, you know, like the cool people, and I was so over that. I was literally like, we're too old to be doing this. So I didn't really like that aspect of it so much. Oh, what's my most favourite thing about the university? A beautiful campus, honestly stunning, like so nice to walk around. You're so close to Willerton Deer Park as well. You literally like cross over a road and you're in a park full of deer, like really, really beautiful. That's what I liked about it, that was really nice. Loads to do, I imagine. Not that I did much outside of uni because I was probably too hungover. But yeah, I mean, like, you're in Nottingham, you're in a big city, so I'm sure that there's ample things for you to do, aside from being hungover or shopping, which is what I frequented doing. Any advice? Like I said earlier, be confident, don't be afraid to be who you are. You will make friends. Uni is full of so many different people. Don't go there. Don't judge books by their covers is one main piece of advice. Yeah, just get to know people on a personal level. Like, you're all adults now. And when you enter like the working world, you're not going to be able to choose who you're working with. So I think just learn to try and get on with people, and yeah, you'll find your friends, and you'll find people that you like. And just don't really worry about it. Everyone's in the same boat, so everyone's all a bit nervous when they first start and finding their feet. It's kind of like a coming of age thing, really, isn't it? Don't know, because I didn't do any. All I did was drink. I'm sure there's lots of sport. Nottingham is very known for its sports, but the only sport that I did was watching sport, so I can't really comment so much on that. You'll have to ask someone else for advice on what the sport was like there. My weekly budget was ridiculous because I cannot budget. I had a £3,000 overdraft and I spent all of it. So when I left uni, I spent a good year digging myself out of that overdraft. So I wouldn't advise living life like I did. So I won't tell you my weekly budget because it was ridiculous. But yeah, just, you know, pre-drink hard and then you don't have to buy anything in the clubs. But yeah, just, you know, don't be too stingy. Try and live within your means, and at the end of the day, that's what an overdraft's there for. And when you finish uni with your good degree, someone will snap you up and you'll be able to pay off your overdraft, and you have like a year anyway, interest free, so it's fine. Yeah, honestly, just uni was probably one of the best experiences of my life, and considering I had no intentions of going at all, it was really enjoyable. I mean, it was difficult. It has its ups and downs. Like, I lived in a house of 8 girls in second and third year. That was quite difficult at times. But yeah, you learn so many life skills, and I don't know, I feel like if you're umming and ahhing about it, really weigh up the options, because it's a lot of debt to get into if it's something that you're not going to be fully focused on trying for. Don't just go because it's 3 years of partying. Like, go because you're eager to learn and you're going to enjoy what you're doing. I feel like I was lucky to have done a subject that I ended up really enjoying, because I wasn't actually really sure in the first place whether I was going to. But yeah, like I said earlier, you get out of it what you put in. So if you're willing to work hard, it will pay off. But yeah, it's a good time. It is a good time. Cool. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my ramblings of life at uni. Yeah, hit me up if you have any questions about Nottingham and I'll try my best to answer them. Cheers.